Let's see if we show up.
I can't work in these conditions.
I just can't work.
Says we're there. Let's see if she shows up.
Here she is.
And there it looks like we are live, so that's good.
Or Memorex.
Or Memorex, baby. All right, looks like we are ready to go. I got
Hi.
chat up. Exiting host mode. Hello. Hi.
Whoa.
Hello. Okay. Well, guys, let's get this thing rolling so we can get Gabe back to bed, if you know what I mean.
Who's waiting there for me?
We will be shortly.
Hey.
All right, let's do this thing. Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. Believe it or not, I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a sci-fi horror role-playing game. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Jack.
Still waiting for my pineapple.
Gabe as Roy.
Would it be cool if my voice got deeper and raspier as this scenario went on?
Turning into Jack.
What are the odds? And Matt as Rocky.
I don't know why I still put up with these two, and yet here I am.
Rock me like a hurricane. Come on. All right. Come on, Matt. Welcome back, players. How is everybody doing tonight? How are we feeling? I know, Gabe, you're in recovery. Not that kind of recovery, but, recovery nonetheless.
Not yet.
We don't need to
called
talk
you here
about
for
my
a reason,
AA.
Gabe. You don't have to spell it. We're all pretty smart here.
Ah.
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I think you should probably turn your camera off until you get that fixed.
Yeah. Or just turn it off.
Right click, disable video. There we go. Much better.
It's an improvement.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Why not? All right, listeners, if you would like to provide feedback or praise or just say hi, drop us a letter from beyond on our website at lovecrafttapes.com. And we have at least one letter we can read tonight.
Nice.
From Tabaxi Ranger. They gave us a review. I think this was actually on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. They say, nothing better, 5 stars. This is the second actual play podcast and my first Call of Cthulhu podcast, and it is amazing. Can't wait for the next episode.
When's that?
I have no idea when that's going to be.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm
it may never
really
actually
sorry.
happen.
Hey guys, did we even plan another episode? I just thought this was like a one and done kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like one continuous episode.
I'm really sorry that this is the best podcast you listen to.
We've actually never stopped recording. We just keep
Yeah.
going.
We can't. They won't let.
We're connected.
We love to
Thank
do
you,
it.
Procy. DMing, who knew? Thank you. Appreciate that. I would also like to take a moment to thank John at Rollers of Relay for interviewing me recently about our humble podcast. I encourage you to check them out on anchor.fm and YouTube. They have a YouTube channel for their other interview with an inspiration series, as well as their actual play RPG adventures. So, John, appreciate the time that you spent talking with me, and hopefully people enjoyed that.
It was good.
Thanks.
Very good.
Yeah, that was my first interview, so it was...
Ever?
Yeah.
How did you get jobs?
I just went in, showed up one day, and sat down at the desk, and they were like,
Who are you?
"Too
I don't know. Give me
scared."
my money. What would you say you do here?
I'm a people
Don't say you
person. I work with customers.
Don't say doing your wife. Don't say doing your wife. Don't say doing your wife.
Doing your son?
All right, guys. Well, this show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes. And I do have just, even though this is a little offshoot month, I do have a couple stragglers because ever since we instituted the ability to prepay on an annual basis, there are some folks who join us at odd times. So I want to just give a quick shout out to those folks. Welcome back to Madeline Turnipseed. Appreciate you coming back on board. We missed you, and it's fun to interact with you on Discord and whatnot. And hopefully you get this. You picked the right time to do it because it's our anniversary month, and you get some extra stuff. So,
Yay!
Extra content. It's always fun.
Extra fun stuff coming down the pipeline.
Yep.
Gross.
And also like to thank Wild Pants, one of our Australian listeners, who is now a supporter. Really appreciate that. And we've been interacting with you as well, I think, on our Discord. It's been fun.
Yep.
So, all right. So that is yep.
Yep. Sorry, these are my calm pants.
Nice.
You're wearing pants?
Why?
He didn't get the memo.
I mean, if you can call jorts pants.
Jorts. I like it. Hey, John. See you in the chat. No problem. Thanks. Thank you for the conversation. All right.
No, thank you.
Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. All right, guys.
And
let's
it's over.
Roll for surprise.
Sweet D100. And we'll see what happens here. I rolled a 28. Matt
I rolled an 88.
Yeah, baby.
27.
All right.
I rolled a 50.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay, so tonight we're going to talk to Matt, you're the seller, and Brian, you're the buyer.
Hey, you got that stuff for me?
Oh yeah, I got just the thing for you. So I hear he's been having problems with people with ugly faces lately.
They're everywhere.
I know nobody likes an ugly face.
That's right.
I mean, look at you obviously have to look in the mirror every day. Oh boy.
Yeah, fix this.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. You see this right here? This
Put that away. I would need a product.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Those are my vacation photos. So see this. Here's this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bag that I got here. I'm gonna put it over your head, and the problem is solved.
Wait. That's a sack.
I'm gonna put my sack over your head.
Okay,
and the
that's
problem
better.
is solved. See, now I don't have to look at your ugly face, and you can't see anyone else's ugly face either.
But how do I talk through this thing?
You don't. That's another. See, boom. 2 problems for the price of 1. Now I don't have to listen to your ugly mug either.
Beautiful.
Look, I got a whole box of these things, and I can give them out, but I'm not going to do that because that's dumb. No one does that. Okay.
How much?
I will sell you another one of my world famous, definitely not just a paper bag, ugly face obstructinators for just $99.95.
Okay, how much for all of them? Because I want to cover everybody's face but mine.
Okay, for all of them, that's to carry the 2 divided by 3 square root of pi exponential.
I like pi.
Yeah, it's 48,638,211,318,108.32.
Okay, what's your Venmo?
And we're back.
Where'd we go?
What'd you guys think of that product and their service?
I thought it was brilliant. I mean, the way they sold it and the way they bought it was great.
I thought it was too cheap. I want it to be more expensive.
Yeah, you get quality when you spend more.
Apple products, am I right?
Well, guys, products come and services go, but I'd be willing to bet that one will be here for the long haul. I mean, it has all the hallmarks of other legendary perennial products and their services like Rubik's Cube, animal husbandry, butter knives, laboratory out-of-service signs, duck fat fried potato chips, Nickelback albums, the smell of freshly laid tar, hotel housekeeping, politicians' heads in guillotine baskets, Mark Wahlberg, braised purple cabbages, Slinky, the second season of Friends out now on DVD and Blu-ray, liver spots, Blockbuster Video, VHS, Betamax, Laserdisc, compact disc, cassette, 8-track, and oh God, where did it all go? I thought we were forever, but now I can't remember my own name, and won't you take me home? Are you my son? I want to go home, Daddy!
Yes.
And that's our show. Thanks for coming by.
He's finally lost it, folks.
I never had it to begin with.
Oh. Who does?
Now, dear investigators, we continue. Case 11, Haunted Heart. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. Strange discoveries on Squantum Point outside the Po Manse mirror the weird goings-on inside the dilapidated house as darkness falls on our investigators' first day of their new mission. Roy and Danny unearth a bicycle in the underbrush, but are unable to accurately determine whether or not it belonged to one of the missing girls. Jack, Rocky, and Ricky discover a second entry in Eldridge Poe's journal while exploring the pantry area and experience paranormal pranks. Roy manages to uncover a third scrap of the journal, shedding some light on what terrible events may have occurred in the mansion long ago. Jack.
Where's the pizza?
You're shaking the last few drops from your lily outside, just beneath the raised terrace, when you look up to see the distinct shadow of someone standing at a first-floor window to the left of the main entrance. As you finish zipping up, squinting to make out any facial features, a brilliant blue-white flash of lightning from the west blinds you, and an immediate sizzle-rip of thunder deafens, rumbling the earth beneath your feet. It seems the storm clouds you spotted earlier this afternoon have finally arrived with little warning. The sickly sweet scent of decay is whisked away as the warm air blows suddenly colder, the stiff wind bringing with it the unmistakable sound of pattering raindrops making their way from the other side of the river toward this lonely peninsula. Your pupils expand slowly, adjusting again to the dimness, but the shape you saw in the window is now gone. And I'll go ahead and take a moment here to move you guys onto the map. In Roll 20. Map! Roll 20 out now on DVD and Blu-ray. All right, so there you guys go. You will also notice that I have placed some tokens on the board to indicate your approximate location in the mansion or just outside of it. So I don't think you guys have problem. I don't think you guys have any control over these right now. But I think that's by design. I'm going to try to sort of keep it. No, well, maybe you do. So feel free.
Put it back. Sorry, I put it back.
That's okay. So we're going to start off with Jack tonight. So that is what happened to you.
Okay.
What would you like
I'm going to run in screaming, "It's coming across the river, run!"
River run?
Yeah, the rain is coming across the river. I'm going to, as quickly as I can, move to Danny and let Danny know what I saw in the window.
Okay. So
the first floor window was like right here?
Actually right here.
Oh, okay. Room we haven't been in yet.
Correct.
Cool.
So it's it's the window on the terrace to the left of the entrance.
Okay, so I'm going to run up to Danny and right in her face, I'm going to use hand signals.
All right, so you finish zipping up and race up these steps onto the terrace and in through the front door, through the vestibule where you see Danny basically crouched down with a laptop set up on top of like a trunk full of the equipment that they had wheeled in. And she is just finishing up and she sort of looks up when you come in. And of course, that cold wind is blowing through the door, which you shut quickly. And she gives you a curious look. What's going on, Jack?
Danny, come with me quick.
Oh, what for?
Grab your, what's the meter that she has?
If you look in the roll 20, there are all
the EMF
the equipment.
Meter?
EMF. I was going to say ESPN, but that
she
didn't
currently has access to all of that. So if you look at the ghost hunting methods handout, that has all of the different.
Quick, grab your sports center detector.
So each one of these pieces of ghost hunting equipment requires a different skill. And so if you want to do some investigation, you might want to take a look at those and just familiarize yourself with what your own skills are and what you might think. Because, Danny and Ricky have their own set of skills, but primarily it's you guys who are going to be doing the rolling for this sort of thing. And collecting data. And remind me, I believe currently we have had one successful roll on ghost hunting. Does that sound right?
That sound right. Yeah, they might have been.
Yeah, I thought it was Roy was rolling for the EVP recorder.
Right, because there was one failure and one success, I believe. So I'm going to just make a little note here. I was struggling to remember that earlier when I was setting up. Anyways, so yeah, you do have access to EVP recorders, the talking doll, which Roy is not there right now, so that is up to you if you want to use that. You have EMF meters to detect fluctuations in electromagnetic fields, full spectrum POV cams, handheld thermal cams, flux device, handheld laser grid motion sensors, Ouija board, candles, and spirit writing. So she's looking at you. She's like, "What's up?"
Something was just in the window in this room right here. Oh, right around the corner. And I'm going to grab the handheld laser grid.
Oh, hang on. I'll grab something too. So you're going to get the handheld laser grid. This one will be used to point in a specific area to detect movement if it's invisible. And it's basically requires a spot hidden roll for that puppy. And then she's going to grab
the full spectrum POV cam.
Actually, the EMF meter I think would make the most sense because it's a quick and easy way for to detect something, and you haven't given her any other indication of what this might be. So she's just going to grab that. It's easily done, and so you guys can rush over here, and we can reveal that particular.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she has some sort of skill in electronics because I don't think any of us do.
No, I don't. Why do you think I said full spectrum POV cam?
Right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal this for you, B. And we're going to do polygon reveal. And let's see if this actually works.
You can do it.
Polygamy reveal.
There you go.
Nice.
And I'll give you a little intro to this little puppy.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a room, not a dog, Jeremy.
A little intro.
To this puppy.
Just off the staircase hall is a cozy reception room where visitors had been taken to comfortably await audience with the Poe family. A cold fireplace dominates the west wall, black soot now the only evidence of long ago roaring infernos which kept guests warm. Above it is a marble mantle layered with thick dust. Two broken down easy chairs sag against the wall to the east. A few sad, empty picture frames hang askew on the walls, their canvas subjects having escaped some time past. In the northeast and southeast corners are narrow coat closets. To the south is a dirty window which looks out onto the terrace, which of course you have seen. And why don't you go ahead and roll me a D100, please?
I don't want to.
Oh, come on now. Be nice.
It's a trap. Don't do it.
All right.
I rolled a 27. That's a hard success.
So, Jack, where did you see this? I don't see anything.
Yeah. Out that window. I was outside relieving myself, and I looked up.
Ew. What did it look like?
It just looked like a person standing in there staring down at me.
A guy, a girl?
It's a pervert.
Okay.
You're the one who's relieving himself in public.
As soon as I saw the shape, the figure, lightning lit up the entire area.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like there's a storm moving in.
By the time my pupils dilated, there was nobody there.
But
I don't want it.
Pupils? Are you a teacher of some sort?
Come on, guys, get in the room now. Escort the two kids.
Where did these kids come from?
Oh, I found the girls. I found them.
Nice.
So I'm gonna step into the room and go, and I'm gonna go up to the mantle of the fireplace and set up the laser grid.
Okay, nice. This is a handheld laser grid, but
Okay.
we'll go ahead and say that it has like a automatic function that you can just like lock down the trigger and place it
Set it?
someplace.
Okay.
Yeah, it basically just throws up these pinpoints all through the room, so you can kind of see if there's any sort of weird topographical. Stick it on a tripod. Good idea, Crossy. Anyways, but they did this quickly on the fly, and so you go ahead and do that, and then
We're gonna have to go back to the truck for the tripod though, and
right.
we're only allowed to have 6 of them, so be careful.
And Danny moves over too, but she's sort of sticking over close to you and sticking to the wall so that she doesn't. Oops, I got this. There we go. So she doesn't disrupt the field that you're setting up.
Nice.
And
that's why I wanted to set it there, because we can kind of back ourselves up to the fireplace.
Yep. And I think you can get a pretty wide swath. The room is quite large, so I think you can get, like, let's say the points between the closets. Okay? So here's a closet here and a closet down here. So you're not going to get, like, the main entrance to the north or even the window. So you're kind of have to kind of do a couple things. Yeah. And she's going to be doing the EMF meter, and you're going to see like some fluctuations on that, some lights blinking.
Gotcha.
But you're not really sure what those mean. She'll interpret them for you. So why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please?
There it is. I needed a 77. I rolled an 11, which is an extreme success.
All right. Very nicely done. I'm going to go ahead and mark that down as a success in the handout. Let me see here. Ghost hunting methods. I'll go ahead and say boom. Edit that. And we'll make that a 2. Okay. And then, so what happens is, let me find that particular room. So you're scanning around, and she's looking at the thing, and she's like, I'm not really seeing it. Oh wait. Point it over there. And she points towards one of the easy chairs.
Okay.
And so
I point it towards the easy chair.
You slowly sweep so that the grid pattern is intact as you sweep it over towards the chair. And as it broaches the edge of the chair, you can clearly see what appears to be a form, like a humanoid form, sitting in the chair.
Nice.
Stock still. And she's like, right there. Stop right there. Hold that right there. I'm going to run and get a camera real quick.
Maybe the full spectrum POV cam.
So she sort of slides against the wall and back out into the staircase hall, and you're standing there looking at this thing. You want to do anything else while she's gone?
I'm going to slowly keeping it on there, and at the same level, I'm going to crouch down just so I can get a better look near the floor to see if I see any other disturbances in the dust and stuff on the floor, like we did in the other rooms. While I'm watching the figure, I'm gonna kind of look across with my peripheral vision and see if I see any breaks in the.
Gotcha, understood.
In the dust.
So you slowly crouch down. You can hear out of your left ear Danny trotting softly but quickly back to the vestibule to get, and you can hear her start to rummage through, and you're looking at the floor. And you can see that there's like absolutely no disturbance in the dust whatsoever.
Okay.
And as you watch, another peal of lightning illuminates the window from outside. And at that exact moment, you see whatever is sitting in the chair turn toward you. The head turns toward you.
Roll for small talk.
Why were you watching me go pee?
And you can hear Danny approaching again from the staircase hall.
Mm-hmm.
And just before she re-enters the room, of course, Brian's like, of course.
Bye, Felicia.
Actually, why don't we do this? Why don't you give me a luck roll?
I was trying to piss them off by talking so they'd stay longer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have luck. I have 15 luck.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know.
We'll do it anyway. Oh, yeah, no.
I need a 15. I got a 70, guys. That's a success.
And
That's
the
right.
luck.
That's fine.
At failing.
Spend the luck on luck. So you're intently watching this thing and querying it. And for the briefest of moments, it becomes corporal.
Oh, nice.
It actually manifests into the same solid, shadowy shape that you saw at the window. Completely black, featureless. But you can tell the outline and the shape of it.
Okay.
If he's a corporal, you should tell him you're a general, and he'll have to do what you say because you're a higher rank.
Generally speaking, he's a corporal. He has stripes on the shoulder. I don't know what the fuck it means.
2 stars.
2 stars. It's nothing. But you can see that clearly now it's this humanoid form. It is a man.
Okay.
Sitting there.
Can I ask something?
Nope. And it has a regal sort of stance as it's sitting. You can tell it's very stiff-backed, upright, arms on the chair arms, and the mouth, where you would expect the mouth to respond to your question, it just opens and cracks in a white gleaming smile with ivory teeth that appear to be slightly oversized, bigger than human teeth, maybe twice the size. Just this ever-increasing maw opening wider and wider, and the teeth just seem to go back and back, row upon row. And then Danny enters the room, and it's gone.
Roll for sanity.
Roll for sanity, please.
I was joking.
Give
You
me
don't
some
actually have to
pizza.
take that.
I don't want to. Well, it's been a while since I rolled for sanity.
It has not been a while since I rolled for sanity.
I needed a 78. I rolled a 29. That's hard.
Nice. So you will not be taking any sanity damage. However, you are slightly shaken when Danny reappears. She's like, oh, where'd he go?
The teeth.
As soon as you walked in, it was gone. Oh, yeah. I've got something to tell you.
Jack, you're shaking.
Well, I wasn't finished outside. What do you think? I gotta finish up.
I gotta get the dew off this lily.
Oh,
it's not gonna tap itself.
Well, you'd be shaken too if you saw what I did.
What was it?
I can't still look at you.
I turned off the video.
It's hard to play against a character that you're supposed to feed off of when it's some wacky face.
Just to disable his video. It makes it a lot easier, trust me.
It appeared to me solid.
Was it a man or a woman?
A black, deep black, dark mass.
You can't say that.
With a nice ass.
A mass with a nice ass. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is
largest, biggest teeth I've ever seen.
I guess it could be a shade. I'd have to check the documentation.
It wasn't throwing shade.
Did you scare it away somehow? Did you?
No, I think you might have coming back in the room, but that's not your fault.
Oh, God, of course.
No, shades are very shy ghosts. It makes them harder to find.
I'm just happy that we found something that we know.
I just wish I would have got a picture of it. I mean,
yeah.
Ricky's
maybe grabbing the full spectrum POV cam. Would have been a good idea.
Well, okay, but we can at least mark this as a hot spot, and then maybe come back later once we finish mapping the rest of the house, and maybe we can set up some motion cameras and try to capture it.
Why don't we set up a recorder in here?
Yeah,
while we go up.
actually, that I need to talk to you about that. I I think we got something on the EVP.
I already went pee.
Have some more EVP. Come here. I want to just come on over here and take a listen to this, okay?
All right. As we're walking out, and say, "We'll be right back."
And she does leave the EMF meter sitting on the mantle, and suggests that you do the same thing with the thermal, or
But
the electromagnetic, or would you take the laser grid or whatever?
Yeah, I brought the laser grid, but the EMF is only good if you're there to witness it. Same with the laser.
That's true. Yeah, she just sort of, well, it does have an audio component, so she's going to keep that there, and it'll make a noise and blink.
Set up a remote camera pointing at the EMF reader, and that way you can see it from wherever.
So that's what she'll do currently, and she's like, "Just come here for a sec, okay?"
I'm already there. You're the one back by the fireplace.
I need you to listen to this.
Okay.
And she takes you back to the vestibule, just outside the vestibule, and let me find the thing here. And so you hear, or she says, here, just put on the headphones, okay?
Got him.
Okay.
What are you playing for me?
All right, so this is the first question that we asked, okay? This is Roy, and this is his question. And you tell me if you hear anything answering him, okay?
Okay.
And she presses play on the laptop, and you see the audio line moving across, and you can see the visual indicator of Roy's voice. And Roy says, "Tell us what happened to you." And then just faintly, you're straining to hear it, listening to the hiss and crackle of the EVP recorder as it's picking up the noise of the silent room in that closet. And then you hear, "Rocky, you finished reading the most recently discovered page from Eldridge's diary and can't help but feel a tingle of unease along the back of your... I'm sorry, I gotta start that over. Rocky, you finished reading the most recently discovered page from Eldridge's diary and can't help but feel a tingle of unease along the nape of your neck. He mentions hooded figures, carved sigils, and some sort of ancient sexual rites performed in order to awaken an elder thing. All of this smacks of evil, and if those girls ran afoul of occultist activity, their blood might be spilled. And soon. The strange door in the other room may lead to the basement, but you'd be willing to bet it cannot be opened without some incantation or other magical means. Eldridge wrote about his grandfather's journals being a clue to some sort of pattern. Perhaps finding that missing tome or more of Eldridge's own handwritten entries will be helpful. Almost in answer, a clap of thunder and lightning shakes the building. And you notice that Ricky has sidled up right next to you and is reading the scrap over your shoulder. And she says, "Rocky, what does this mean? What do you make of all this?"
Well, as I tend to say, it appears that there is some degree of truth to all those old rumors and stories about the family that used to live here. Unfortunately for us, it's more cult activity. I mean, why is it always cults? What is it with rich people and probing into things that they don't understand? I just don't get it.
Yes, it is pretty disturbing. I don't know. I've got a really bad feeling about this. Like,
Well, you're not the only one.
And it just feels as though we might be on some sort of timeline here. Judging by the content of these journal pages, I get a weird sense of dread that the longer we wait, the girls are further in danger.
Yes, well, this isn't my first rich family cult occurrence. And as such, I'm afraid to say that you are perfectly correct. Usually when it comes to any kind of cult activity, it's very strictly time planned around either some sort of window, usually relating to either ley lines or some sort of astrological event. Something that's going to bend the planes of reality a little closer together.
Boy, that
and I have a
does not sound
feeling,
good.
yes, it's never is. I have a feeling that these journal pages that we keep finding scattered about might be our best bets into figuring out just what's happening here.
Well, I think you're right. Well, do you see value in maybe... we're pretty much done down here. Maybe we should head upstairs. I could take the elevator and you could take the stairs. We'd meet upstairs.
I was just about to suggest the same. I don't think there is much we've missed here on the first floor. And whatever we have can probably easily mopped up by both Jack and Danny.
Yeah, that sounds good. What about your brother? He looks a little out of it right now. Should we clue him in on this?
Roy, I need you to pay attention to me.
And we'll stop you right there. Roy. As you holster long sleeves, you realize those red rum drinks may have gotten the better of you. In fact, you're seeing a slight ghosting effect around both Rocky and Ricky, as if their auras were pulsing with an unhealthy green hue. When they talk, their voices echo faintly like they're emanating from the bottom of a deep, deep well. That, of course, makes you think of the collapsed well at Blaine Manor. And the conjured memory of that event is nearly enough to sober you up. Samantha, Dan, gone who knows where. Despite the nearby presence of Rocky and Ricky, you feel very, very alone right now. The wind picks up outside, its low howl mirroring the ache in your heart. So, basically, you're going to be a little unsteady for the next hour or so as you deal with the effects of the red rum. So, for the next hour, you're going to take a penalty die to any dex-related rolls. Okay?
All right.
And that's just
I'll
for
trip
hour.
right now.
Right now. Boom.
Right
down
now.
he goes.
Yeah, am I done?
So, yeah, you sort of are watching Ricky and Rocky just outside the utility room where you were and found that journal page. And, you start to sway in place slightly and you hear Rocky call your name.
Are you paying attention? Roy.
What?
Gonna walk him out into the dining room and set him down in one of the chairs at the table. You stay put here until you can walk without falling over every 7 steps. Ricky and I...
Okay.
No, sit, stay.
I can do 7 steps, man.
Stay put. We'll be back. We're just heading upstairs real quick, and we're going to have a quick little look around.
Fine. You guys go do that.
All right. Rocky, would you like to go in the lift or up the stairs?
I've learned from previous experiences with elevators in this game, so I'm going to take the stairs.
All right. So you're going to pop up the stairs. We'll put you there in just a second. Ricky is going to climb into the elevator and take that up to the second floor, where we'll put you in just a moment. But first, Roy, as you watch Ricky and Rocky move away to their separate, splitting up the party, you kind of have a weird feeling because you see this weird, green hue ghosting around them, and it's almost like a little chemtrail behind them. So you're kind of wondering if maybe those red rum drinks had something a little extra in them. And you might be hallucinating slightly, some psychogenics or whatever.
The answer is LSD.
Always. And part and parcel to that, you think you hear a voice calling from just to that south door where you know the hallway leads to the... you can hear Rocky trudging up the stairs. You can hear Ricky engaging the lift to go upstairs. But it sounds like you hear this faint voice. You can't quite make it. It just sounds like...
I'll get up and follow the voice because I don't listen to Rocky.
All right. So we'll put you here. And you sort of walk into this hallway, this service hallway, looking to the left and the right. And you realize you've never quite been through that western door. You're not quite sure what's through there, but you're pretty sure that's the direction the voice came from.
Well, I'll go if it's open.
It is not open. I mean, it's not locked, but it's not open. It is closed door.
Well, I meant if it's unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty much any of these doors will be unlocked for you.
And I'll go through that door.
Cool. I'll go ahead and reveal that for you. Polygon reveal.
Do it.
Boom, boom, boom. And I think I got a little description here for you. Boink. And we'll just go ahead and do that. So you move into the east lobby, which essentially mirrors the west lobby that you've already been in, where you heard the ghostly voice coming from the closet, and presumably maybe even recorded some of that. So let me see if I got anything here for you. No, this is just a very similar to the other lobby, just a place that people would be ushered through and into these other rooms, maybe even a place where the servants would go through. You can see there's a couple closets to the east and north, and this might even be a place where they kept like candelabras and that sort of thing to put out for in the other rooms. A place to store things, most likely.
I see.
And again, the floor is kind of dusty. There's nothing really that unusual about it. And as you're looking around, kind of getting your bearings and realizing that the staircase hall is directly to the south, you do hear again that faint voice calling from the south. It sounds a little bit closer now. It kind of sounds like it's coming from this direction. There's an open... it's actually a pocket door, a sliding door, which is closed currently.
Before I leave out of this room, I'll sort of look at it for footprints like we were earlier, since it's fresh, dusty.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and give me a... just D100, please, on this one.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
The dust is going to kill me. 36.
Dust in the wind.
You have severe allergies. Why are you kicking up dust?
Yeah, so you don't see anything unusual in this east lobby. Again, the staircase hall has already been investigated, and you saw the footprints at the west end of that hallway. So yeah, you don't see anything here.
All right, well then I'll continue down to this, following the voice.
Okay. So yeah, you're basically right here in front of this sliding doors that lead into here somewhere.
I'll open the doors.
Okay. You slowly open the doors. They're the sliding pocket doors, so they pull open like this. Just like that. And beyond, you smell a familiar scent. It's dust, but it's also, you smell pool chalk.
And Chateau Dior number 12.
Yes.
Well, we're
It's French. I had to be fancy.
All right. So there you go. You have discovered the billiards room.
ooh.
And I've gone ahead and revealed that for you. And I got a little intro here for you. Let me find that. Billiards. Even though the Poe family mostly kept to themselves, they still required diversion from time to time. So this rumpus room was equipped with 2 billiards tables, as well as several gaming tables, including a chess set, which is still set up to play. The marble pieces are speckled with dust, but all accounted for. Storage bench seats have been installed in 3 corners of the room. The whole area smells like cigar smoke, and there are telltale yellow stains on the ceiling. Stools and chairs lean in various states of disrepair throughout the space.
And Roy is now in heaven, and he'll start rifling through all the games and clicking around on the pool table, racking it all up and practicing my breaking.
I love it.
Realizing that this is what the voice wanted me to find.
This is the best voice ever, man.
Exactly. So let's do this. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please.
Ooh.
I need a 75. I got a 30. That's a hard.
All right. Excellent. And go ahead and roll me D100, please.
It's a trap.
83. Nicely done. All right. So, yeah, as you are monkeying around with the billiards table and things like that, the billiards tables themselves are missing quite a few balls, but there's a couple still here in pretty bad disrepair. Mostly the pool cues, you find like 1 or 2 laying around, and they're very warped. They're like barely usable. And you could just imagine that this would be a great place for, the Richie Riches to come and hang out and talk business and make big, powerful deals if you didn't know what you knew about the Poe family, that they were very cloistered, and this was probably a place that their family members came and just sort of sadly played games amongst themselves and didn't interact with anybody else unless maybe it was a pirate who was, going up the river selling an artifact of some unknown power.
He sunk my battleship.
Exactly. So you're kind of at first you're pretty excited about all this, and then as you look at more of the details, and you just you're filled again with that strange sadness, and you're kind of wandering over towards looking at a dartboard that is against the east wall. And you hear, coming from inside one of the bench seats, the storage bench seats to the northeast, you clearly hear that voice again. And it sounds like someone whispering, "Daddy." From inside the bench seat.
He is so torn right now as what to do. That face is just...
I'll go over to the bench seat.
Ooh, and that's where you made the mistake.
And you see it's just one of those types that has a compartment, and you would just have to lift it up slowly.
Bangs on the seat. Shut up in there. I'm trying to play pool.
I'll lift it up quickly.
Oh.
So you lift it up quickly to surprise whoever might be hiding inside there.
It's me.
There's a swirl of dust, but clearly the bench seat is empty, does not contain someone hiding. However, in the dust swirl, you see another scrap of paper, a familiar scrap of paper. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you. And this is something you can probably keep and maybe have someone else read if you want to, or it's up to you if you feel good enough to read it. That's fine too.
And under the paper are Jell-O pudding cups.
What?
I believe you mean pudding dimension pudding cups.
Yeah.
All right. Oops, shit, I got the wrong thing here. There we go. Boom. And I'm going to go ahead and move that to the map layer. Boom.
Juggalo.
So I'm just marking the spot where you found that particular
Nice.
item. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal to you a new handout. It's not terribly long, but again, it's up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to the players. And you can either read it now or hold it in abeyance and have someone else read it later. It's up to you.
December 21st, 1992. Last night, I believe I may have uncovered the truth, or at least a portion of it. My mother makes mention of animation by means of imbuement in her diary, and though I'm not fully certain of the meaning, I am struck with portent. Me too, dude. Did they mean to transfer a spirit to another vessel? A kind of possession? She also alludes to an ancient relic buried beyond the veil. I've discovered suspicious newspaper articles regarding missing children in the region, dating back at least 100 years. Why would my family collect these stories if they were not somehow involved? The children were never found. These days, my health has become frail, and I am no longer able or willing to putter around the attic, nor venture the basement. Besides, both of these places now feel alien and malevolent to me. Perhaps my imagination is running riot, but I hear noises at night as if someone or something moves inside the walls.
All right, so we'll go ahead and leave you there, and we're going to go ahead and pick up with, let's do Ricky and Rocky real quick. So I'm going to move you guys up to the second level.
Moving on up to the second level. Move.
Oh, I gotta scroll up.
Yeah, I know, it's a little wackadoo.
Oh my god, I disappeared.
You
Finally.
killed Kenny. All right, so
Those
boom,
bastards.
this goes up here, and I'm just going to put you, right
Boom.
here. Because
Goes
be a
the
little
dynamite,
easier.
Jeremy.
Exactly.
Boom, boom.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and reveal bits of the second floor for you guys. Let me see.
A
what we
bit
can
of
do
honey.
here. Bit of honey.
It is that season.
Mm-hmm.
Duck
I'm
hunting?
not dating this up. Yep.
Wabbit?
Wabbit season.
I hate when I'm
Boom.
missing that dog just pops up and laughs at you. It's,
So there you go. You have traversed the stairs and gone up the rear hall, up to the rear hallway. So it's sort of a switchback staircase. Goes basically east and then, east and then back west until you're up to the second level. And essentially, you guys arrive at the same time. So she rode the lift, which is pretty slow going up, but you know everything's the electricity's on and everything. So. And that's what you see. So you come out into a little like foyer kind of area, and Ricky comes out to meet you, and she's like, "Anything? Did you see anything? Hear anything?"
not yet, but we do now have a whole new floor of this place to explore. So
It's a whole new world.
shall we see what's behind door number 1? And I'm going to open the door that's just to the north here and
Okay.
peek inside.
Awesome. Go ahead and reveal that for you. Polygon reveal. And she says, should we split up? I mean, or should we stick together? Is that a little safer? Do we ever split the party?
Generally, it's wiser if we stick close together.
Okay.
But
all right. I'm just trying to keep tabs on the.
I made that
time.
mistake last time I was in the field.
That's a good point. Okay.
House now.
So go ahead and reveal this for you. Boom, boom, boom. Step into my room.
I'm trying to, but I can't see anything.
And give me a sec here because I'm also going to reveal the exterior for you too, so that'll give you a better idea of what's what. And boom. There we go.
Ooh.
And give me 2 seconds here, and I'll reveal the exterior. Actually, you know what?
Chamber.
I'm not gonna reveal the exterior just at this point. So let me give you a description of this chamber.
That's where they keep all the pots.
Yeah, chamber pot. Clearly, this was.
Oh man, this room is great.
Clearly, this was some kind of reading room. There is a bookcase and a bench seat in the southeast corner. 2 doors on the west wall lead to a bathroom and a walk-in closet. And I guess I can actually reveal those for you real quick, because since they're in the description. It's a whole new bathroom. All right, there you go, buddy.
Woohoo!
And a small desk sits in the northwest corner. On the south is a door letting on to the small foyer where you took the elevator and stairs back up. So that is what you say, my friend.
I'm going to turn back to Ricky. You want the desk or the bookcase?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll take the book. I like books, so I'll take a look at the books, if that's all right.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Hopefully we find some sort of journal remnant in here somewhere that couldn't have...
All right.
And I'm going to head over to the desk and start rummaging through the drawers for anything useful.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll me a spot hidden, please.
Roll me rummage.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 41. That is a success.
Okay, very nice. And then also roll me a D100, please.
Fine. I rolled a 3.
Soon we'll all be spirits.
Exactly right. So Ricky goes and looks over at the, I think, near the bookcase and the seat that is right in front of it. And you can hear her rummaging through it in that corner. And you're very intent upon the desk. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a few nubs of old pencils in there. They're even number 2 pencils, so they smell kind of like poop.
That graphite.
Number 2. Let's see. And as you're looking through it, you're getting a little bit more and more convinced that there is nothing of interest in this thing. And then you hear the toilet flush in the bathroom.
Roy comes out, zip.
To very slowly turn around, I assume that was not you.
No, I'm over here. Is there somebody in there?
Well, we're about to find out. I'm going to gun out, flashlight on top, and very slowly stalk into the bathroom.
Okay.
Gonna sweep across the room when I get in, just to cover my corners.
All right. Yeah. So you walk into the bathroom. It's not terribly big. There's a tub and a sink, which is right there, and then the toilet is sort of around the side of the bathtub, and you can hear the water swirling down the bowl. But there's clearly nobody there. There is a light switch right inside, so you can flip that on, and it's not the strongest light. There's actually 2 bulbs, but one of them is missing, and the other one sort of flickers a little bit. But clearly there's nobody in here.
Haunted toilets.
Well, looks like our ghost had to use the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It makes no sense. But...
Well, sometimes they like to play pranks, and what we've seen downstairs, I think that's what they're doing up here too. This is actually pretty good news that, so far we've only encountered something that's, playful maybe. Maybe we read, there's other missing children in the area, that sort of thing. I can't remember if we actually did read that or if that was just Roy. Anyways, but no, so far it maybe poltergeist activity. It seems pretty harmful so far. Whatever you do, don't swear at it in a darkened room, okay?
Motherfucker.
Oh. I think until we can get more equipment, but if we can at least map out and keep track of where we see things or hear things, then maybe. Yeah.
I will make a mental note that the toilet was activated with nobody on it.
Mm-hmm. and actually, I can drop a little pin
Ew.
that might be of assistance. Let me find my visual aids.
Everybody should have AIDS.
AIDS,
I
AIDS,
love my AIDS.
AIDS.
AIDS are great.
AIDS are great. Let me see, because we had the let's see, maps.
Maps.
I'll put the little whisper icon because that seems to be a pretty nice visual indicator. We used it downstairs, and so I'll just drop that here.
Ooh,
How's that?
Drop it like it's
lovely.
hot.
Is that good?
Any luck with the bookcase over there? I've got nothing in this
No,
desk.
it's pretty empty. I didn't notice anything. It's been cleaned out. I did find one copy of Alice in Wonderland, but all the pages were ripped out. It was just empty.
That's a very terrible thing to do to a book.
I agree. But I think we should try to wrap this up as quickly as possible if we can.
Yes, I mean, again, timeline and whatnot. Give me 1 second here, and I'm going to very quickly just peek my head into the closet to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, you see a couple broken hangers. There is actually a cloak of some sort crumpled to the ground, but it's been torn up and kind of moldering, and it has a little bit of like greenish mold in it. But it looks pretty harmless.
The cloak of respiratory infection.
Exactly. Don't breathe it in. Don't be like
Don't
Gabe.
breathe this.
Don't be like Gabe.
Well, nothing in this closet either. I did, however, spot a door on the other side of the bathroom. If you care to continue on,
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to head back through the bathroom and through the door on the other side.
Flush the toilet as you go by.
All right. Yeah. It's a double flusher.
Yeah. Upper decker. You just climb up there.
All right. So go ahead and reveal all this fun stuff for you. Boom, boom, boom.
He accidentally reveals the layer with all the ghosts and demons on it.
Exactly. Oops, my bad.
JK, you didn't see that.
My bad.
That's where they keep the other chamber
My
pot.
wife. All right. Let's do chamber 4. You can only surmise what this room might have been used for, considering all furniture and wall adornments have been removed. The dust is especially thick here, obscuring all evidence of whether this was once a bedroom or a study or... A built-in bookcase flanks the southern fireplace, while 2 doors in the southeast corner each lead to empty closets. A door on the west wall lets onto a hallway, while a northeastern door leads into a small bathroom from which you just came.
At least there's a bookcase. Again, maybe something useful there. And I'm going to just kind of walk my way over to the bookcase and start scouting that.
Awesome. And she's going to just sort of look. I think they said there was something in the northeast corner. Yep. So she's going to just sort of check out the windows and peek outside to see if there's anything. There are flashes of lightning coming through the windows still occasionally. It seems to actually be intensifying, and there is rain spattering now against the windows, giving everything sort of this lulling atmosphere to these rooms. So go ahead and give me a spot hidden and then a D100, please.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 27. That's a hard success. And then I rolled a 72.
72. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, you're looking through the desk in the southeast corner, or southwest corner, rather. Built-in bookcase, wall doors. Yeah, actually, it looks like they're built-in bookcases is what they are. So you take a look at that. And again, you're seeing like these tatters of books that don't appear to be worth much. You do find a couple of them are intact, but they're just mass market hardcovers, nothing of any interest. However, since you rolled a hard, I will say that you do
I do.
You do find it's kind of odd. It's a spool of red thread sitting on the bookcase.
Oh, I need more of this to finish my map back home.
It's a bit odd. It's just sort of sitting there, and as you inspect it a little bit more closely, you see that it has been unspooled a bit, and as you follow the line of where the thread is going, it looks like it's going through that door, underneath the door, straight to the west there.
Oh, snap.
It's a very thin thread, so it was kind of hard to see in the gloom. But because you rolled a hard, you did see it.
Ricky, I think I have found something of interest.
What is it?
Whoa! You see this red thread that's sitting here? It appears to go off the bookshelf and under this door.
Oh my God! You're right. Well, I guess we should follow it. I'm not seeing anything here, but the storm is coming in harder now, and at a certain point, we're probably gonna have to bunker down. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little sleepy.
Well, until then, we push on, and I'm going to.
Great people skills. You know what? Screw you. Go down and go to bed.
All right, pushing.
Open the door and kind of follow the thread through into the next room.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll go ahead and reveal this for you, and this is going to be a much larger area. Actually, you know what? I got to cancel that. Let me see if I can cancel that. There we go.
Oh, we got canceled, guys.
You're canceled.
Cancel culture.
It was all the comments in season 2.
Yeah,
that's it.
It finally caught up to us.
Too many rape sequences. All right, and I think we'll actually take you right to this section here. Boom. I think that's good enough. So essentially, through that door to the west is a hallway, and you can tell that if you were to go south, there would be. You can see there's like an overarching doorway that mirrors what you saw downstairs leading to the staircase hall. So that's probably where the upper staircase hall is directly to the south. There is a door to the west directly across. There is a small closet in this area. And actually, sorry, I left one little piece there. There you go. There is a door to the north, and there is also stairs leading up. And the thread disappears around the corner and is going underneath this door directly to the north.
Bum, bum, bum. Green giant.
Looks like the thread continues this way, and I'm going to keep following it up and through the door.
I'm just going to take a peek up the stairs if you don't mind.
Yes, but do be careful.
I will.
If I had $1 for every time something happened in a creepy old house where I went up to an attic alone, I would have approximately $6.
Well, I
50 cents, give or take.
I just want to make sure it is the attic. I won't go in. I'm just going to check it out real quick, and I'm within shouting distance. So
all right then.
All right.
And I'm going to keep following the string.
Okay, great. And so you open up the door to the north. It creaks almost stiff, as if it were somewhat stuck or rusty. Maybe hadn't been oiled in quite some time. And I'll give you this description. Tucked away at the far end of a short hallway is a sewing room. There are loose strings of multicolored thread scattered on the carpeted floor, as well as a few discolored needles. An ancient foot-operated sewing machine sits on a squat table against the west wall. A tiny closet on the south wall still holds a few spools of black thread and 2 skeins of red yarn. And yeah, that's what you see.
Oh, someone should have took their hobby seriously. And I'm going to just take a look around the room, shuffle through the yarn, make sure nobody left anything interesting behind.
All right, go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please, and a D100.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 100, which means add one ticker to the I fumbled, therefore I donate to charity counter. And then I rolled an 84.
Holy crap.
All right. So, yeah, let me check one quick thing here.
Needle, meet eye.
Needle eye.
Don't give him ideas.
Oh, God, why is there a used heroin needle in here?
Nicely done. Yeah, so you do see, yeah, Crossy, it was 100. That is a big fumble, and this is going to cost you.
Think about 650?
About 650.
Cool, I can pay that.
You're looking around, and you're sort of like wondering what the heck. Why wasn't any of this stuff moved, and why would it still be here? But then you remember the thread. The thread led you here, so you spot it again, leading from underneath the door, and it sort of snakes along the wall northward to that northeast corner, where there is
a house in New Orleans.
There's a house. There is another chunk of the journal, a page of the journal that is lying on a pile of yarn.
And it bursts into flames.
And as you get closer, you can see that it has been sort of stitched using that red thread onto that pile of yarn. It's almost as if someone, needle pointed it into this. But it's there. It's still there. It's just lying there. It's just someone had clearly made it a part of an art project or something. It looks very strange.
And I'm going to get close enough to try and read it just to see if it's still legible or if they sewed it to the point where I can't read it anymore.
So as you get closer, you notice that, yeah, you can just about read it, but this isn't written. Thank you, Barry. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fumble. That was a pretty bad fumble. So you get close enough to this journal to notice that the words are there. You can just about make them out. But it looks almost as if someone had taken the red thread and actually stitched each of the letters so they're composed of the thread. And as you lean in to try to decipher this piece of paper, you hear the sewing machine kick into gear. At the same time, you see the red thread grow taut that is leading back through the door, and another piece, a yellow piece of thread, leads to the sewing machine, and together they pull the letters out of the journal page until there is just ripped shred holes fluttering to the pile of yarn. And it happens just like that.
Roll for sanity.
And I'm going to have to destroy this particular page. So this one you will never see. I'm going to archive it. Okay.
And then destroy the archive. I get it.
And then burn the archive. Yeah. So that is that.
Could have been worse.
Right.
I mean, not really. That might have been the one page that gives us the answers we need.
Yeah.
Endless case now.
You're still alive.
So, yeah, you have a very sinking feeling because this might have contained a clue that would get you either closer to the girls or somehow get an answer to what is going on in this house. And that's when you hear Ricky rushing back down the stairs toward you. Rocky, are you okay? And
you think that's funny, huh? I'm going to wheel around the room, yelling at nothing, and I'm going to pull my gun out, and I'm going to shoot the sewing machine because I'm so pissed at it.
Oh, shit. Roll for ricochet.
I like it. All right, well, we'll leave you guys there as Ricky watches in horror as you decimate a sewing machine with your gun. And we're going to switch back real quick to our folks downstairs. So, Jack.
Yes.
You and Danny walk into the billiard room at the east end of the house to see Roy reading a piece of paper.
Smoking a cigar I found and playing pool.
He lit the cigar with that piece of paper.
And he's smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, nice. Roy, what'd you find?
I just found this entry. I've been finding all of them, and you guys seem to just be slacking around.
Yeah, we're just gonna follow you around from now on.
No, that'll mess up the whole system.
Hey, where's Rocky and what's the other girl's name? Ricky.
I don't know. You had to think on her name, bro. We've been here for a while. They told me we had to stand. They told me to go stay in the kitchen.
Why?
And then they went upstairs. I don't know. Something about me being a danger to myself and others.
Yeah, you're the one that finds the next entry.
So you understand why it was a ridiculous statement.
Word.
You want to play some pool?
Yeah, let's play some pool.
Well, wait a minute, guys.
Danny, we're playing pool.
What exactly did you find, Roy?
And I'll hand her the paper.
And she sort of brings it up and looks at it and tilts it towards Jack. Is this creeping you out at all?
Everything in this place is creeping me out.
I know, but what we heard on the EVP.
Yeah.
Maybe Roy should take a listen.
Yeah, since I don't know what we heard yet. That's where you cut us off, by the way.
I know it on purpose.
Roy, come back and hear what we didn't hear yet.
No, I've got the laptop right here.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, just, steel yourself because this is very creepy. Do you want to listen, Roy?
Man, I've heard Diamindus Galas before. I'm sure I can handle this.
True.
All right. And she puts the earphones on you. And she sets it up exactly like she did for Jack. And Jack and Danny watch as Roy intently focuses in on the laptop. And she plays the first clip. And, of course, you hear yourself just as you were sitting cross-legged in front of the closet. It's me on there. It's me. And you can hear yourself say, "Tell us what happened to you." And then there's this moment of deep silence and static. And then you hear what sounds
Jet
like...
fuel can't melt steel beams.
Well, you hear what sounds like a boy's voice. It's very staticky and kind of far away. You really have to concentrate to hear it. And it says, "Daddy? Hello?" And you immediately recognize Raid's voice. I'm going to need you to roll sanity now.
You really just love putting me in make Roy go crazy situations, huh? Oh, look at that. I needed a 61. I got a 98. That's almost a fumble, but a fail. Not a fumble.
Not a fumble. All right, you will take 1 point of sanity damage. And remind me, how many are you down right now?
From the middle number, do you mean?
Yeah, I think we...
the middle number is the one I changed.
Yeah, the middle number is what you're going to change.
I have 60 in the middle now.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like 63 was where you started?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've lost 3 so far within this time frame.
Yeah.
Right? Makes sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful of that because you are starting to get a little shaky. But go ahead and explain what happens when you take this 1 sanity damage. How do you react?
I'll rip off the headphones and I'll like sort of writhe around on my ears, like rubbing them out. And then I'll go over to that bench seat and I'll smash the top of it off.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Get to the pudding.
Jack, how do you react?
I wouldn't have recognized the voice.
No, you did not recognize voice.
Know.
You
you
thought
a good
you had
friend
heard,
would have, bro.
You thought you had heard a boy's voice say something,
right.
like "Daddy, hello," but you did not recognize Raid's voice. You were more interested in the second recording.
Counterpoint: I wouldn't have recognized Raid's voice either.
True, he's never there.
Which kid is this? I don't know. Whose kid is this?
Roy, what is it? What's upsetting you so much? Did you hear the boy's voice?
That's not just a boy, that's my boy.
What?
It was Raid.
The one you lost?
Yeah.
Roy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Watch out behind you. Roll for sanity.
Jesus Christ. Naughty. So naughty. So Danny's just sort of standing there watching you two, and she's like absorbed by the melodrama.
Yeah. And we turn around. Telemundo. Stay tuned next week.
Telemundo. Are you guys okay? I mean, I realize this is disturbing, but I thought you guys were professionals.
We'll be fine. It's just hitting close to home. Let's listen to the rest of it.
Well, I think we won't listen to it with headphones because that's clearly
good idea.
A little too disturbing. But Roy, this is what Jack and I heard on the second tape.
I'm going to move over near Roy so I can be there in case it strikes him again.
Yeah, and Danny brings over the laptop and just basically turns up the speakers 100% so that you can really hear it. So she says, okay, now, Roy, this is what Jack and I heard. This was my question, if you remember. And she hits play on the second file. And you can hear her voice say, have you seen any little girls? And then quite clearly, almost immediately, you can hear a young girl call out, we're here. Don't leave us.
Roy.
What do you guys think about that?
I think she's here and doesn't want us to leave them.
That's it.
We got to get back to that.
It's solved. We're going home, everyone.
Well, it's there's something else though. Here, I'm going to adjust some levels here, but concentrate past her voice, and you can hear something under it. A second voice.
Oh.
And she adjusts some scrubbers in the audio file and does a little bit of audio magic and then plays it again, and you can hear her say, have you seen any little girls? And you can hear the first girl call out, but then underneath that you can hear a second young girl, her voice in the background, as if they're in the same room saying something at the same time. And the second girl's voice says, I won't cry. I will go mad. And I think we're going to stop it there.
Ooh.
That little girl's going to have to roll for sanity.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I think so.
Go.
Yeah. So,
I know so.
Yeah. Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft tapes. All right, guys, let's hear some thoughts and theories about this one.
Whew. This place might have ghosts.
No.
No,
Not sure yet.
no, not at all.
No ghosts.
So they pulled the spirits out of the kids in an attempt to use their bodies for immortality. Transfer your soul in, boom, you're young again.
Right.
Unfortunately, the souls of the kids that got yanked out of their own bodies are now stuck here.
And it'd be cool if we knew why. Like if we had another page that would like explain why.
But what's still doing it? What's still pulling the kids' souls out? Because obviously there's nobody here to remain young.
Mm-hmm.
So
whatever that thing they awoke in, maybe that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing is doing
it's just constantly, it's going to keep doing it to anybody that comes in. It's just going to pull them out of everybody that comes through. Well, I'm out of here. I'm going to get some pizza. Bye, Felicia.
Anything? I'm trying to think what. I mean, you've seen some poltergeist activity, that sort of thing. Maybe nothing too crazy. Although the shadowy one was really
creepy,
super creepy.
And I've only told Danny. I haven't been able to see anybody else to tell them what I saw.
Right. Any theories about who that might be?
That might be the entity that's doing this all.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, having the power to smile.
Okay. So like some sort of entity, whether it's evil or whatever, but still hasn't done anything to you.
True.
Right.
But maybe it's the house that does it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just the entity that keeps you trapped in the house.
Okay.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah, I think Maybelline is probably it. Maybelline's the name of the beast.
Yeah, maybe she's born with it.
Rocky, not Rocky. Roy, any thoughts about why are you being haunted by these kid voices and
pudding?
Like this, there seems to be a theme here that you're being particularly targeted,
right?
Almost,
yeah. I wonder if it's because he's just been so close to the edge of that realm for so long of death.
I'm going to go ahead and say that witch took the one that died. Raid. The one that took the thing that took Raid is somehow associated with this house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have another thought.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I learned my damn kids' names, they wouldn't target me.
No.
That might be helpful.
Roy's body is dead. So maybe Roy's whatever's in this body that he has now is still connected somehow with that other side because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's getting all the clues and he's getting all the contacts and he's getting
Gotcha. So like stuff. He has some sort of connection to the other world.
Because his body has died.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'd buy that. That sounds pretty good. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap this up with some hashtag recommendos where we share some of our geeky obsessions. So roll D100 and we'll see who goes first.
95.
Oh, shit.
29? No, 40.
38.
40.
Nice. Okay, so it is going to be Matt, Brian, me. Nope, Gabe, then me. I'll go last. Start us off, Matt.
Okay, so this week I'm going to recommendo a game from Supergiant Games, which is a fairly well-known indie studio. It's called Hades. What it is it's an action roguelite RPG where you play the son of the Lord of the Underworld himself, Hades. And you're kind of sick and tired of being stuck in the underworld. It's no fun being around all these dead people all the time. And just recently, the gods up above discovered that you exist, and they want you to leave the underworld and join them on Mount Olympus. So the game is a story of you attempting to escape the different layers of the underworld in order to make your way up to Olympus. And the game itself is, again, like I said, it's a roguelite. So it's a game about making your way through procedurally generated levels where every time you do it, everything's a little bit differently. And it's really well done. It has a really unique style. The game is totally voice acted. All the characters talk. Each of the gods has their own unique personality, whether that's Zeus or Aphrodite or Athena or Poseidon. And along with their unique personalities, they offer unique upgrades. So as you go through the game, as you clear the rooms and the levels, there's a chance that you can earn temporary upgrades for that playthrough from any of the gods that are there. And they all have a whole suite of different upgrades that can either augment how you're currently playing or totally and radically shift your play style. So it is super, super replayable in that every run you do, you're going to get different power-ups. You're going to find different gods. You're going to fight different enemies. And it is a lot of fun. The gameplay is fast. It is fluid. And I just keep going back for more because it's just such a great overall experience.
Awesome. And what was that again?
It's called Hades. And it is currently out for $24.99 on Steam, and I believe the Epic Store as well.
Awesome. Hades, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds like hell to me.
Yeah, oh, shit. All right. Brian, I believe you're up next.
It's an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to recommend a movie. Anaconda. No.
That doesn't want none of that.
Arachnophobia. I just watched this the other day. I think it was Saturday. Only the second time I've ever seen it. First time was, I think, in theaters. Mm-hmm. And it creeped me out. I did not like spiders. Your face is freaking me out, man.
Freaking me out, man.
So many more layers than what I initially saw. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has Julian Sands in it, and that's the main reason.
Yes.
Yeah. He was fantastic as the scientist exploring the rainforest to find undiscovered species, and they discover more than they wanted to. Mm-hmm. Unknowingly sending a extremely poisonous spider back to the States in a coffin, and infecting the small little town with killer spiders. After one bite, in about 5 to 10 seconds, you're dead.
Nice.
Makes it look like he had a heart attack. So Jeff Daniels and John Goodman are also in it. Maybe they're the actors that are the leads. I don't know. But really good movie. It's them figuring it out and saving the town. So check it out. It's Arachnophobia. It's about spiders. If you hate spiders, it's really good. Therapeutic.
Yeah, I try to remember if you and I saw that in the theater together.
I think we might have.
I definitely saw it in the theater, and I'm not a big fan of spiders.
Nobody else went to the theaters with me.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember what year that was too. Do you remember?
I just had it up on my phone. Let me peek it real quick.
Was that 87?
It was
somewhere in that neighborhood.
1990. So yeah, that
90.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I probably would have been. Yeah, for sure, we would have seen it together.
15, 16. Yep.
Thanks, Professor Polymorphic. Thanks, Crossy, for the tip there. Appreciate that.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, all it took was Matt to fumble.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. All right. So, Brian, that's a great movie, and I'm going to be watching it again soon. So, all right, Gabe, how about you, buddy?
That was the first horror movie I ever saw.
Really?
Arachnophobia.
That's a good one.
I'm also recommending a movie.
Nice.
Spooky movie. It's known by two names depending what region you're in. It's Dead Alive or Brain Dead. Directed by Peter Jackson, who we know for Lord of the Rings. I mean, we should know him for this, but it's a movie set in New Zealand about just this like dorky guy who has an overbearing mom and all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden there's a zombie outbreak, and he is the one that has to like try and keep it under wraps. He spends like a lot of the movie trying to hide the zombies from people and do all these stupid things, and it's very funny to see the way he goes to it, and also the way that the zombies like interact with him is hilarious. And then it's a fairly low budget movie, but for what it is, the practical effects are awesome. And that's really the crux of the movie for me. The guy who plays his uncle is hilarious. I don't know, everything about the movie is enjoyable. And I'm losing my voice, so that's all I got to say about it. Check out Brain Dead, Dead Alive.
Yep, and I'll second that. It's pretty damn amazing. The one scene that continues to give me the shivers is the porridge scene. The pus.
I found that so funny.
It is hilarious, but it is so gross. So gross. I love the baby stuff. The zombie baby stuff is amazing. So much fun. And then, of course, the bloodbath at the end. And I kick ass for the Lord. So much fun. All right, thanks, Gabe. Dead Alive is amazing, and it's Halloween, so go watch it. I am also going to recommend a movie, Shock and Awe. I recently got to see 1987's Enigma by director Lucio Fulci. And, of course, we all know Fulci from House by the Cemetery and New York Ripper and The Gates of Hell and just all these crazy Italian slasher and giallo movies that he's well known for. And this was part of the Alamo Drafthouse's Dismembering the Alamo, which is not to be confused with Dismember the Alamo, which is the in-person screenings of horror movies. But what they do is they make you buy a ticket, and you get to see a horror movie, but you don't know what it's going to be. So it's completely a surprise what it might be. You can only cross your fingers and hope it's something you haven't seen. And for somehow, some way, they managed to pick like the one Fulci movie that I have not seen, which I was like, holy crap, how did this even happen? And it's a crazy movie. So tell me if you've heard this before. There's a young girl who's bullied in school and gets her revenge.
I've heard this before.
And gets her revenge on the bullies. What does that sound like to you? Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mean Girls?
The only twist is she dies right off the bat in a horrible accident.
Oh.
So sounds a little bit like Terror Train, maybe?
Mean Girls?
But even though she's clinically dead, wires and diodes and IVs keep her body alive. So she's exacting violence psychically. Sounds like Patrick, right? The film takes place at an all-girls college in Boston, and by Boston I mean Italy, because it is a Italian movie that's made to look like Boston, and centers on a new girl who quickly becomes possessed by the barely kept alive bullied girl. Sounds a little bit like Suspiria, right? Heck, even the school is run by this council of women who are totally not witches, guys. Totally not witches.
Well, I mean, if you insist.
Anyway, the plot is all melodrama with a few murder set pieces, which are only slightly gory, but kind of icky, especially the hundreds of snails which supernaturally appear on a naked girl while she's sleeping and suffocate her.
Okay.
Snails, guys, snails. But that's part of the charm of this, because everything is over the top and stupid and ridiculous, but also like just weird and icky and creepy. So it never gets boring. And despite the relatively tame nature of it by Fulci standards, the violence is a little subdued because, we're not seeing nipples sliced with razor blades. We're not seeing, hacked up a drill going into someone's forehead or anything like that.
Shame.
Yeah, it's still kind of fun at the end of
It's
the
hard
day.
to find good actors nowadays.
Yeah, it's a Fulci film, so it has all his weird little quirks, his stylistic twists. So if you haven't seen it, 1987 Enigma is worth checking out. I really think if you want to have some fun, it's worth it. It's great.
You have a little something on your cheek.
I do, right there. My blush. And that's it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening, and thank you everybody who was chatting along with us in Twitch, and particularly who gave us a little tip there. Appreciate that big time. Crocy, you. Looking at you, buddy. All right. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. You can find me on Twitter at lovecrafttapes.
And if anybody wants to buy a slightly shot up sewing machine, you can find me on Twitter at @TheRealWeirdKid.
And if you want to give me some advice on how to remember these damn kids' names, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
And I'd like everybody to take a moment to send Roy some love and support because he's going through something right now. You can reach out to me if you need his info at Brian Podcasts.
Nice. Until next time, roll for raid.
To kill bugs?
Shadow Legends. Today's sponsor.
Raid Shadow Legends.
All right. That's it, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow for Terror Tuesday double feature.
Feature.
Boop.